Nokia has had many 5G milestones, including several game-changing achievements in the past 1 year. If you look at MENA region, Nokia's 5G deal with STC that involved multiple firsts, including AirScale introduction, the wavelength platform in the microwave, and AirScale small cells, which is very important for 5G. Also, with the Zain Saudi Arabia, we had one of its kind 5G use case using virtual reality for the Hajj, where people can experience Hajj remotely as if they are present on the site. So if you really see globally, Nokia has many 5G commercial contracts today. So as we speak today, Nokia has 48 5G commercial contracts and 15 live networks up and running today. When it comes to MENA region, our public references include Du in the UAE, STC and Zain in Saudi Arabia, and Ooredoo Qatar. See, 5G opens a lot of opportunities. It brings extreme mobile broadband, it brings low latency applications, and it brings IoT, which connects billions of devices. And this particularly brings a lot of challenges, security perspective to the table. The challenging nature of 5G networks to support unique and diverse business requirements has become very clear that the current security implementation of the network would not be sufficient. For example, if you look at network slicing, wherein multiple virtual network operators can share the same physical infrastructure, you need to ensure absolute security at all levels. Also, with the introduction of software-defined networking, SDN, and NFV in the 5G network, the security dimension has become more complex. So operators need to ensure that there is an end-to-end security solution built into the network, where now Nokia can support the operators to mitigate this risk with its end-to-end security solutions. From Nokia perspective, we work with the 3GPP and other standardization bodies to influence the security requirements, and we bring these security requirements into the product using design for security methodology, and we bring a lot of end-to-end security solutions to help the operators to mitigate this automation and orchestration of these diverse security requirements. "5G goes in tandem with the 4G, especially if you look at it today, the non-standalone architecture, which we call it as NSA. 5G and 4G coexist, which means that the 5G control information goes through the LTE base stations, and we can tap the resources from both LTE and 5G to get the best user experience. This is known as dual connectivity. So if you have the best LTE networks today, you are already ahead of the game in 5G. A recent study conducted by Rootmetrics in the United States, it showed that 62% of all the top operators' network, including all the top 4, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint, where Nokia has supplied the LTE base station that has the best performing network. So from Nokia's side, we have more than 350 LTE networks all around the world, which are performing extremely well. So, and that is the basis and foundation for 5G going forward. 2G was all about voice. Okay. When it came to 3G, it was about getting the broadband connection, data connection, etc. When LTE came, it was about getting higher broadband connections, higher speed. But 5G brings a totally different dimension. It brings enhanced mobile broadband, ultra low latency applications, and this IoT use cases, which is bringing us towards Industry 4.0. So 5G has the potential to transform the way people live and how we see the different vertical sectors can make use of 5G use cases. So LTE was all about people, but 5G is about people, machines, industry, etc. Nokia is really a unique end-to-end 5G player with a global presence around the world. So our focus is definitely on 5G and 5G use cases for the future. But at the same time, we are also one of the leading players in 5G small cells, which is also extremely important for densification of the network, the urban deployments, etc. And Nokia also brings cloud native applications in the Cloud RAN and the Cloud Core, which is also important for the network re-architecturing for the 5G. So if you look at the holistically, the 5G is going to be here for next 10 to 12 years. It's a long game. At the same time, we see that in Middle East and Africa market, LTE is also one of the dominant technologies considering the ecosystem that we have in the market. So this is also going to be there for a few years.